Hello, guys. Welcome to Touchline Live. It's me, Lim Joe. Chelsea have had some very good games this season so far. Is it a resurgence? Is it something that we have to look forward to? That Chelsea is back? I'll be having this discussion with Selassie. Selassie,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Now, so Chelsea have had some very good games.
Yeah,
Their last game winning 5-0 against
Barrow,
Barrow.
yeah.
Uh,
Albeit in the Carabao Cup.
And then their last league game also against West Ham, where Nicolas Jackson actually got 2 goals.
Yeah.
What do you think about Chelsea's game?
Well, I think Enzo Maresca, credit has to go to the coach, Enzo Maresca. He was firm in what he wanted to do. He was firm in the players and the personnel he needed. And he was firm in making sure he got what he wanted. That kind of assurity in what you do, and you're taking those actions that are necessary, it's already a success on its own, in my opinion. If you look at what other clubs are dancing around and beating about the bush and trying to do so, I think first off, I admired that so much about Enzo Maresca. Also thought that the criticisms that came in for a player, especially like Nicolas Jackson from Mikel Obi, being a former player, it really got to him.
Yeah.
So he channeled that energy wisely, in my opinion. He channeled that energy and made his football do the talking. Well, he spoke on social media as well, but he made his football do the talking for him a lot more. And Chelsea, yeah, we are all laughing at them that they have 40 players, this kind of that. But Enzo knows what he is doing. That is what I like. He knows what he is doing. Yes, there are some creases here and there. Some things need to be ironed out, but he's on the right path to getting the best out of this squad. And I'm genuinely surprised that they are fourth on the league table. After all the trolling and everything people have, they are fourth on the league table. They'll have the last laugh, in my opinion. And it's all down to the coach and players being positive about comments that have been coming in about their performance and their ability to lead the Chelsea team to success as the previous generations have. I think it's amazing, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they finish up. They could be title contenders, in my opinion, with this form.
So you actually think that they can actually maintain the sort of form and what they are doing?
Why not?
Nicolas Jackson scoring, do you think you'll be able to improve upon that?
I most certainly think so, because I'm not a Chelsea fan. I've not been so worried about Chelsea, and they are not my concern. But I have to be honest on this one and say that the coach is being firm. When you are assertive in what you want, you've already done 50% of the work that is needed as a coach. You take your decisions, you stick to it, you stick to the plan. Even if some days it doesn't go well, you stick to the plan. You are patient. It will work out. You know what you are doing. And Enzo Maresca, I'm genuinely impressed.
He's actually on course. So you believe the Chelsea project is
on course. It's on course.
Right, cool. That's good. So now the next one, Man City versus Newcastle. Newcastle have had like a lackluster season so far, but they've just lost one game so far. How do you think they would be preparing to welcome Man City at their stadium, St. James Park?
I think anyone welcoming Man City would be wary of Man City and their capabilities. Yeah, Rodri is out for the rest of the season, but I don't think that will face Pep Guardiola or Man City in any way. Their last game versus Arsenal was quite a controversial one. Comments coming in after the game that Liverpool were better contenders than Arsenal. I felt that was, in my opinion, a very stupid opinion for a player to have. You don't expect the opposition to play to what you are able to handle or what you want. I don't know who told these players that there's only one way of playing football or winning a football match. And that if you don't play in that way, you are not a great competitor.
I think Rodri always makes those sort of comments.
It's very, very lame.
And
naive, actually.
So what do you think of the Walker situation where he complains about the referee calling him and then referee not waiting for him to get back in position?
I felt that the referee could have waited for him to get back fully in position, but he was almost there. In my eyes, I felt he was almost there, but because it led to a goal, That is why it's becoming an issue or a talking point. It led to a goal. If it didn't lead to a goal, it didn't lead to anything. I
Then
don't think
it
there will
wouldn't
be
be.
as
Yeah,
many complaints as there are, but it led to a goal,
yeah, true.
and that is why we are having this back and forth, this talk about it, and all that. So I think, yeah, he has a point. Referee, you called us that everything is what is going on. Your teammates, you need to calm them down. He called both captains, talked to them, and even Saka didn't get back
He
in.
didn't get
He
back in
came back
position
in
actually.
position, but they had the ball, so
So
Saka had an advantage in that respect. So I think going into their next game, obviously, I'm of the opinion that they will win, emphatically versus
okay.
Newcastle United. Yeah, Newcastle and their new set of players and their
Is
resurgence
Isak has
following that new ownership. Isak as well is also in the team.
yeah.
I think they will pose a threat, but not enough to stop the City juggernaut. I'm
Okay.
expecting a win for Manchester City in this game.
Okay. You mentioned earlier that Rodri is out of the squad, or he will not be playing for the rest of the season. Who do you think in the City squad will be able to play that Rodri role very well?
Wow, I think Ilkay Gundogan coming back is good news for them.
Hmm.
Maybe Rico Lewis.
Okay.
Rico Lewis could also do a good
I
job.
think
Kovacic
he's
as well.
versatile
Yeah,
enough to
Kovacic
actually.
as well could do the job because he was up on
So that
versus
means that they
Arsenal.
actually have the men to
Yeah,
do.
they do have the. It's a squad for a reason. It's 30 plus players for a reason. That's why when they were complaining about not having rest, I was like, use your
Use
the
your whole
full squad,
squad.
because they limit the game to a certain number
They
of
limit it to
players.
about 15 players.
15 players, and that is why fatigue will set in.
Yeah.
So now that UEFA as well, they need money. Money keeps the world moving round.
Yes.
They
True.
need money. They need more money. You have to understand what you are dealing with here and adjust accordingly. I think you can use your full strength squad.
Okay. All right.
You
Cool.
need to apply that.
Yeah. So you've already predicted a win for Man City scoreline.
Yeah. I'll go with a 2-0 victory.
2-0 victory for Man
Man
City.
City, yeah.
Okay. All right. So then the last game that I want us to look at is Man United versus Spurs. United played in the Europa League where they actually drew. Spurs actually also in their last league game came
They
from
won. Yeah,
behind
they won.
to win against Brentford. And also in the last league game, United also drew 0-0 against Crystal Palace. How do you think this game is actually going to pan out? Because
The
both
two teams are not so bright right now.
Yes.
Manchester United.
they are actually very similar in terms of how they are moving
Manchester
now.
United really have disappointed me under Erik Ten Hag this season. I was expecting Ten Hag to by now find a formula that it's like when I'm watching Manchester United, I don't know if they are coached or what they do in training. It's disjointed. It's like there's no understanding. And Ten Hag is a coach that is lacking in some areas, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess
Probably he would have to go. But then the problem will
still
not stop.
persist.
It will still persist. So does it mean it's not the coach or it's the players or it's both? So you ask yourself that and you wonder, you just don't have an answer for Manchester United. They are consistently inconsistent.
So
The only thing consistent about them is that.
So now there's a saying that any game Manchester United plays is actually a tough game.
Yeah,
because
it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, but then they'll actually make it a tough game.
United are slowly losing that aura around them.
Haven't they lost it already?
They have lost it. 11 years without the Premier League trophy. They've lost the aura. In my opinion, the Premier League is the best determinant of a team that is good.
Yeah.
Because cup games, you can have very quick 7 games or 6 games
Yeah.
to put your boys together. The league game exposes you. There are injuries. There are games you have to win in the last minute. In-game management. It exposes everything about you. Over a 38 game period,
Yeah.
you can carefully assess who has been better. And the table never lies. So Manchester United have not been at it. They have not been at it for a very long time.
Based on that, I know that was a saying from Ole, who also said that, yeah, from his opinion, the actual determinant of the team doing well is in the league and not in the
The
cup
cup game.
not in the
Yeah,
cup
I agree
competition.
with that.
wasn't he also saying it from the point where he was
because
also
he
not
didn't
winning,
win
he
it.
wasn't winning?
Yeah, you could say that, but then it's the truth. The league game exposes you more than the cup games. The cup games, 5 or 6 or 7 games, you can just rush things. 7 games, you are good, then you've won a trophy.
Okay, so then
Not to say the league games, the cup
the
games are easy,
yeah,
but I'm just saying, comparing it to the league, which stretches close to a year,
yeah.
the league is
It's,
a
it's,
much
it's
better determinant of who you truly are
yeah, true.
as a team.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
yeah.
I agree with you on that. And
Versus
I
Tottenham,
yeah, versus Tottenham, Spurs have also not been.
being Ange Postecoglou is quite stubborn.
Yeah, they've been all over the
He's very
place.
stubborn in his tactics and saying that this is
A
how he
highlight is
plays,
a
this is how
highlight. He
he
doesn't
plays,
want
this is how
to
he's going to
drop
play.
it.
Then he should get ready to continue losing games and not doing
So, do
particularly
you think
well.
Man United will be able to take advantage of this highlight?
With
that
Manchester
Spurs-
United, you cannot really know how they are feeling, the mood the players and the coach are in for the day. So it's very difficult to predict. But if Spurs and Ange manage the game, in-game management is good, they could beat Manchester United.
Okay.
It depends on what Ange decides to do. Manchester United will still be Manchester United. They will be consistently inconsistent, and they will have our hearts on the give us nervy moments and all that. Yeah, so you can't do much about that
So, is
with
there a
Manchester.
draw
Yeah.
or is there
So
a
for
win for
now, I'm predicting a draw,
a
but
draw?
I would veer towards Spurs if you push me to the wall. A
Okay.
2-1 win for Spurs, but for now, a draw.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, you heard it from Selassie, and we actually went through Chelsea's resurgence, Newcastle's chances against Man City, and Man United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Thank you for joining me, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
All right.